Did you know that less than 2% of cats that are lost or turned to an animal shelter never find a home? Did you know that 15 to 20% of dogs that are placed in an animal shelter don't find a home as well? Help Save Man's best friend. On average, there are 7.6 million companion animals that enter shelters nationwide every year. That's roughly 3.9 dogs and about 3.4 million cats. 2.7 million are euthanized per year. That's 7,000 per day, 300 per hour, and roughly 5 every minute. 1 out of 10 dogs when entered into a shelter, will find a forever home. Spaying and neutering your pet helps decrease overpopulation, and they don't get placed in animal shelters, and those animals that are called excess animals, and they are more than likely euthanized. Also, buying from a breeder has its perks. However, most breeders nowadays are what we call puppy mills. Now, not saying that everyone is, but majority of them are. They like to overproduce and overbreed their dogs. So, and working at an animal shelter, I have come to realize that they're way more common than what you think. So keep that in mind when wanting to adopt. But anyway, Help Save Man's best friend. There are many perks to adopting a dog or a cat. For instance, your dog or cat can become your service animal. That's whether if you have a disability and you're needing a service dog or cat, or just an emotional support animal, something that just needs to be a companion near you. Also, when adopting, it's low cost. Most shelters don't charge that much just because they're trying to get them out the door, so to find a better home. Also, they sometimes neuter and spay your pet and do their vaccinations, so that's saving you a couple $100 right there to not having to pay for a surgery or their first round of shots. Also, you're able to find a better fit of an animal to fit your lifestyle. When adopting, you're able to choose the age, the size, the breed, not really the breed, but you get what I'm saying. Even with the cats, you get to choose, if you want a kitten or an adult or something that's, in between. It's easier when adopting because you have more options versus getting a kitten or a puppy when you go through a breeder. Also, these pets were once somebody's loving pet. So most of them can be trained, or some of them are trained when they are entered into an animal shelter. That's one less thing you have to do, is train a new puppy or a kitten, because you can find them that they are trained there. And last but not least, you are saving a life. Remember that these were once somebody's loving, caring pet that they now entered into a shelter, and they need a second chance at life too, just like we do from time to time. So Help Save Man's best friend. Now, I know you've seen these animal commercials, the ASPCA ones with the sad puppy eyes, the dogs that are just abandoned, the kittens that are out in the rain, and you hear the song In the Arms of an Angel playing in the background. Yeah, those. Imagine being those workers that are having to find those animals, take them in, and try to give them somewhat of love before they hopefully find their forever home. And they're counting the days as soon as they enter that shelter to when they find their forever home, or when it's their last day able to be spit in that animal shelter. So Help Save Man's best friend. Now, there are many ways to find if a dog or a cat is the right fit for you. However, not all people are animals or animal lovers. So follow these simple steps to figure out if they're the right fit for you. You can always go and volunteer at animal shelters. They're always needing volunteers. You can walk with the dogs. You can play with the cats. Just get a feel if it's the right fit for you. As well as you can go help volunteer with rescue centers. They are being more popular now since nobody wants to take their loving pet to a kill shelter, and which majority of them are. It's hard to find one that's a no-kill. So going out and helping out with rescues, being hands-on with those animals, is another way you can find a dog or a cat or having an animal is the right fit for you. And finally, you can foster. You can always foster dogs or cats they're at your house. You're able to interact with them 24/7 while they're technically not yours, so you're still trying to find them a home. But hey, you never know. They can become yours forever. So keep that in mind. Having a dog or a cat is a really big responsibility. It's taking care of something else that's not you, that you're feeding and giving attention, loving every day. And most importantly, I mean, they're just something that needs to be, they're dogs and cats that used to be loved and that were placed in this awful place that they try to get that, but it's not what they could be. So remember that when you go out and adopt, remember that those pets are in your life until theirs ends. So when you go out and adopt, remember that you are helping save man's best friend.